Good morning, RMPs. My name is Chrissy Brooks with Health and Safety in the Northern Plains. We are going to get started with this week's hypothetical help. So we are going to work through our decision tree, reading every word out loud because it is good practice. Here's a copy of the decision tree if you do not have one. And here's our scenario. A wet box with no labels or other hazard warnings is leaking on the floor in a trailer. The liquid is unknown and spreading on the floor from this box. When the pH is tested, it comes out as a 4.0. There are no fumes that irritate the skin, visible fumes, smoke, or irritating odors. Answer the questions below based on this scenario. So we're going to start at the top of our decision tree, revised October 2023 leaking package decision tree for designated responders small package. Is the leaking package generating heat, smoke, visible fumes, vapors, irritating the skin or eyes in any way, or leaking too large of a quantity to absorb or neutralize with available supplies? All no. Does the package have a diamond hazard label, hazardous material shipping papers, other hazard indications or marking? Are the contents possibly hazardous or unknown? Well, we're not sure what the contents are for sure, so we are going to go with the are the contents possibly hazardous or unknown as a yes. So we move on to the next box. Is the package bearing a diamond hazard label with one of these materials prohibited in the UPS small package system? Explosive 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4b, 1.4f, or 1.4g? No. Blasting agent 1.5d. Inhalation hazard 2 or inhalation hazard 6, poison gas 2, spontaneously combustible 4, poison 6 or toxic 6, radioactive 7, yellow 2, and yellow 3, or fizzle 7. That's all no. Is the package bearing a diamond hazard label with one of these materials in the UPS small package system? Explosive 1.4C, 1.4D, 1.4E, 1.4S, or 1.6N. Dangerous when wet 4, infectious substance 6, radioactive 7, white 1, or does the package contain spilled mercury? Also all no. So over in the green box, can you determine by any visible means, labels, shipping records, etc., that the package contains a household product such as paint, personal care products, or common household chemicals? No, because we don't have any idea what it is. Right now, it's still unknown. So package and related spill must be handled by the UPS designated responders. Refer to the appropriate response sheets for hazard and PPE. Follow response action steps to clean up the spill. If SCB is required but not available, do not attempt to clean up the spill. Follow the chain of command and notify your environmental coordinator. So the answer to this one is we're going to end up in the yellow box. And the first response sheet that I am going to use is going to be the no label or unknown response sheet. That is the first response sheet that we go to. So going through the no label or unknown, hazards, any or all of the following may apply. Contact may cause burns to the eyes or skin. Skin contact may be poisonous. Fire may produce irritating or poisonous gases. May be poison if it's inhaled or swallowed. Material may be flammable or toxic. If there's a noticeable skin irritation due to fumes or vapors, do not attempt to continue to clean up. Follow the chain of command. Notify your environmental coordinator, and an outside responder must be called immediately. Does the package containing the spilled substance have unexplained factors associated with, such as containing threatening communication or articulated threats, intended for a government office and/or official, have unexplained markings, lack of standard shipping data or labels, or have a small quantity of unexplained powder associated with it? If the answer to any of these questions is yes, stop. Do not attempt to clean up this material. Contact your RMP immediately, and the RMP will refer to the suspicious substance decision tree, which the suspicious substance decision tree is in our quick reference guide. Personal protective equipment required: goggles, boots, apron, silver shield liners, and gloves. If there's an irritating odor, smoke, or visible fumes that affects the eyes, nose, or throat, an SCBA must use. Response action steps: keep all sources of ignition away from substance. Avoid creating friction or sparks. We do not have a solid, so we're going to skip down to liquids. Check the pH by tearing off approximately 5 inches of pH indicator tape and immerse it in the spilled liquid. Match the pH tape color to the closest color on the pH tape dispenser. If the pH of the material is above or below the 6 to 9 range, stop and go to the corrosive liquid response sheet. Material does not need to be tested again once at the corrosive liquid response sheet. So then we would go to the corrosive sheet page 8, and go through the decision tree on this one. So, hazards. Contact may cause burns to the eyes or skin. Fire may produce irritating or poisonous gases. May be poisonous if inhaled, swallowed, or absorbed through the skin. Skin contact may be poisonous if it's producing visible fumes or if there's noticeable skin irritation due to fumes or vapors. Do not attempt to continue the cleanup. Follow the chain of command, notify the environmental coordinator, and an outside responder must be called immediately. We are going to continue wearing our goggles, boots, apron, silver shield liners, and blue gloves. If there is an irritating odor, smoke, or visible fumes that affects the eyes, nose, or throat, an SCBA must be used. Response action steps. We do not have a solid, so we're going to skip to the liquids. Do not use Zepsorbent or clay-based absorbent on hydrofluoric acid spills. Tear off approximately 5 inches of pH indicator tape and immerse in the spilled liquid. Match the pH tape color to the closest color on the pH tape dispenser. If the test indicates that the spilled material is alkaline or an acid, not in the 6 to 9 pH range, carefully apply sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate mixed with acids produces a fizzing reaction. However, when mixed with alkalines, there is no fizzing reaction. So because this has a pH of 4, it's going to be an acid, and we're going to have some fizzing when we put that sodium bicarbonate in there. Retest the spilled material with the pH tape to ensure that the pH is within the neutral range of 6 to 9. If the pH is not within the neutral range of 6 to 9, reapply sodium bicarbonate and retest until spilled material is neutralized. Using a wooden stir stick, mix Zepsorbent with spilled material until the proper Zep consistency is met. If Zep is not available, use universal clay-based absorbent. Do not use Zep or clay-based absorbent on hydrofluoric acid spills. Spills containing hydrofluoric acid continue to add sodium bicarbonate to absorb and solidify the material. Place the absorbed material into a lined spill tray using a plastic shovel, fiber broom, and/or plastic dustpan. Ensure all spill residue is removed from the spill location. Transport package to Package Service Center for further processing. Waste disposal and decontamination. Process liquid spills containing hydrofluoric acid through the DMP as a liquid. For containers that have spilled and cannot be closed, add sodium bicarbonate to neutralize, absorb, and solidify remaining hydrofluoric acid. Sodium bicarbonate mixed with acids producing a fizzing reaction and has the potential of off-gassing. This is a normal reaction. UPS small package designated responders shall refer to the waste disposal flowchart for proper disposition of the package contents and contaminated packaging and debris. Salvable portion of any package with hazardous material shipping papers must be repacked in a salvage drum and returned to the shipper. All non-waste must be properly bagged and labeled before disposing of in the trash. Refer to the decontamination checklist after the response and disposal process is completed. Decontaminate any areas of the body or equipment that may have been exposed by utilizing the decontamination checklist. All right, so it told us to move on to our waste disposal flow chart. First, we are going to answer these questions. Can you sign into ETT with your very own RAC FID and token? Hopefully that's a yes. If not, please reach out to your health and safety supervisor. Can you get to the quick reference guide and show the most current waste disposal flow chart? Again, that is on our main page of ETT. We click on our hazmat input tab, and then in the upper right-hand corner, the quick reference guide will be up there, and we use the quick reference guide to then navigate to the waste disposal flow chart. So we're going to say yes on that one. And this is what our waste disposal flow chart looks like. So which box on the waste disposal flow chart is the damage going to lead us to? So let's go through our waste disposal flow chart. So it's spilled or leaking liquid or powder or surrendered to the DMP. Did it spill outside of a vehicle except when inside of a facility or enter a drain, or does it have reportable quantity listing on the shipping papers? It's all no. Does the spilled product fall into one of these categories? Contains nicotine or other acute hazardous waste, biohazardous substance, pressurized cylinder, DEA controlled substance, pharmaceuticals, or explosives? Again, that's all no. Are the contents verified as non via ETT? All no. Is the sum of the remaining liquids of the same product 3 gallons or more, or giving off a noxious odor or hydrofluoric acid? Again, all no. So we are going to follow the applicable DMP procedures listed in the operator's quick reference guide table of contents based on our generator status. So we ended up in our bottom green box here. And can you find a copy of a previously submitted DMN and ETT? If you cannot, please reach out. And do you have access to your team email account? If you do not have access to your team email account, please notify your health and safety supervisor and they will get you added to the list and show you how to get signed into it. And then in this section, we are putting in our name and our employee ID number, and then drilling down to our center and hitting our submit button. Once you get to this screen, you are completely done with the hypothetical and you can close your browser using the X in your upper right-hand corner. Thank you so much for attending, for paying attention and getting your hypothetical completed. If you have any questions, please reach out and we'll see you next week. Thanks so much.